This is Alonzo, and you are now tuning into The Longest Goodbye.
Wait, this is not a test. 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 This is not a test.
Who is Alonzo?
Alonzo is me. Alonzo is a musician, an actor, a friend, a husband. No, I'm kidding. I'm an artist. That's the best way that I can describe what I do. Some people would like to, or refer to themselves as they're a vocalist or they're an instrumentalist. I am just an artist. I like to create. I write, I sing, I arrange, I act, I rap. I do a little bit of everything. So I am just an artist.
So as an artist, what is your creative process? What does that look like?
So for me, what I like to do is either go into the studio, or if someone sends me something, I like to listen to, like, let's say a beat, or listen to a track that someone sends over. I will listen to it and kind of just brainstorm in my mind, sometimes out loud, sometimes not out loud. Just come up with some ideas, develop like a melody, and then from there I will come up with concept for the song based on the melody and the feel for the song, and after that, lay it down, record it, do a draft. I'm really big on like at-home production, in-house production, so that's typically my process most of the time anyways.
Nice. What made you want to get into music? What inspired you to even give this another chance and showcase your talent?
Showcase my talent? Cheesy.
What inspired you to jump into this industry?
Okay, so music has always been a part of my life. From the time that I can remember, I used to watch movies like musicals, What's Love Got to Do It, and Why Do Fools Fall in Love, and stuff like that. And Soul Fool is not a musical, but another film with great music. But music has always been a part of my life. My dad is actually a singer, and my uncle is a singer. So when I was growing up in my household, they would just do concert after concert, night after night. They would be loaded, and they would just sing and keep us up all night. So that is just like what I grew up around. Church singers, real soul singers. So that's what inspired me, I think, initially, in just being inspired by the people that inspired everybody else, the Michael Jacksons and the Princes and the Boyz II Men and the Mariah Careys and the Beyoncés and the Ushers, and just seeing them, seeing the experience that they were able to have with fans, and being able to connect with fans and different people with their music is something that I've always appreciated.
Talk to me about your new single, Money, Sex, and Guns. What does it mean? How did you come up with the title?
Okay, so Money, Sex, and Guns. Where do I start? Money, Sex, and Guns, first single from what will be a string of singles before I release an album. Money, Sex, and Guns is a track that I created maybe about a year ago. I was working on a track with a friend, trying to show them just the basics of producing, and in the middle of that session, kind of put some stuff together and was like, wait a minute, this is actually kind of hot. And at that point I was like, all right, friend, I'm gonna have to take this one from me, try it on your own when you get home, in your own studio. And from there, it was like, when I heard it, I just instantly knew, like, this has to be on my album. This has to be something. This is very different from what I've been hearing in the industry. I hadn't heard anything that sounded like Money, Sex, and Guns since probably the 90s, when you had like the Missy Elliott's and the Busta Rhymes and some of those folks who were trying a lot more experimental music. It's kind of like an eclectic mash of hard sounds and like abstract sounds, and doesn't really have a strong melody or any piano or anything in it. So that's kind of where the concept of the song came from, and it just made me feel a way when I first heard it, I just knew immediately that this was going to be a song on the album, and it was probably going to be the opener for the album, and it is. So that's where the song came from. Concept of the song, Money, Sex, and Guns. No, it is not about money, sex, or guns. For those parents out there that are concerned about letting their children listen to my music, Money, Sex, and Guns is pretty much a direct rebuke to individuals, the systems that secretly admire you and are afraid to do so in public. For those people who they want to pat you on your back when nobody's looking, or they want to tell you how great you are, but would never publicly declare, or if it's a girlfriend, it's a boyfriend, you know, those folks that like to say, you know, we gonna just keep it private, you know, this just between me and you, girl. It's saying F you to all of those people, pretty much. This is saying, hey, either you're gonna love me in public or you're not. So that's what Money, Sex, and Guns is about. That's the concept. I hope that explains it. So,
I
yeah.
definitely love the concept of the title, but I think the video is fire. Like, how did you come up with the concept of the video, and where can we find the video?
Thank
where can we
you.
stream it?
Thank you, first of all. So the concept of the video is just Black excellence, and just everything Black. I know that's probably very vague, but to me, the concept of the video is a depiction of society as I see it, in which you have a bunch of figures. Oh, I didn't know what that was. In which you have a bunch of figures that appear Black. They move Black. They, you know, very rhythmic and shapely and have all this character and pizzazz, but we don't see their faces. And I feel like to me, it was my interpretation of what I see in society today. A lot of people appropriating Black culture and customs, and we're just looking around and seeing a bunch of people that look like us, but we don't know who they are. So it is very much so just a celebration of Blackness, and just a spin on pop culture. It's also really heavily influenced, anybody with a brain can see that there's references to Jordan Peele's genius film, Get Out. I love the film, love what Jordan Peele is doing in art and what he's doing as far as directing and coming up with cool concepts. So relative to Black people in society, the concept of a sunken place just stuck out so hard to me. So I definitely wanted to incorporate that idea of, hey, Black folks, don't fall into a sunken place and be lost in your identity. Don't lose your identity in the things that make us beautiful. So that it's kind of where the reference to the sunken place comes into in Jordan Peele's Get Out, because I just felt like it was an amazing film that captured a Black soul being lost in a white society, or, you know, yeah, but that's the video in a nutshell. And of course, I just wanted to do something a little different, so put some latex on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just watching the video, it definitely reminded me of that Missy. It gave me that Timberland feel.
Uh-huh.
Were they any of your inspiration with the video, or even with the concept of the song itself?
Absolutely. Missy Elliott, Timberland, Busta Rhymes, they definitely heavily influenced the song. As far as the music video, Missy and Tim, like, they always doing something creative, off the wall. So absolutely. Anybody who's doing that type of video, it says it's not influenced by Missy or Busta Rhymes, they're lying to themselves. Those were the originators of that type of look and feel, and those types of shots. Of course, shout out to Hype Williams and Dave Meyers that, you know, worked with those people during that time. But yes, absolutely heavily influenced by Missy and Timberland. The sound, the look, the feel, all of it. Got to pay homage where it's due.
So Alonzo, tell your fans, like, where can we find your music? Where can we find your content? Like, on your Instagram? Just give us all those plugs.
Okay. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on IG. You can find me on Twitter at this point, TikTok, Alonzo Direct on Facebook. If you're looking for my Instagram, it's going to be Alonzo Direct _. That's where I am most of the time, as well as YouTube. So if you go to YouTube, you're going to search Alonzo Direct, one word. Don't put a space in it, because if you do, it's going to give you some other guy. YouTube, you want to be subscribed to my YouTube, and you want to follow me on IG. That is where all of the exclusive content is going to come. It's going to flow through those two platforms first. And that's where you get the most content, the most personal content, get to really see who I am as a person. And yeah, that's gonna be the places. Twitter, I have one. Do I tweet? Not really. I'm more of a I don't do a lot of lip service. I'm not that guy. So I like to see people in person. So I have something to say, I'm gonna come to you and tell you in person. I know how to pick up a phone, reach out. And TikTok, I'm getting into TikTok, but it's like, Lord have mercy, the day and age, social media is crazy. So yeah, but TikTok, IG and YouTube, those are going to be the places to get me. YouTube, Alonzo Direct, no space. IG, Alonzo Direct _. Now that right there, that's an award-winning tier, homie. That's an award-winning tier. Until next time, it's Alonzo signing out. Follow me on IG, Alonzo Direct _. If you didn't know, now you know.